Oh my goodness, I have a set. Kind of. We're getting there. I got a couple other things that I'm doing. But before I start this video, I do want to let you guys know that this is kind of one of the cooler videos that I've gotten to do. I've never gotten to mess with ballistics gel before, so this is really cool to actually be able to do that. Now, unfortunately, I'm not rich. I don't have like a high-speed camera, so I had to use the 240 frames a second on my iPhone. It works, but with bullets, I'm gonna need a little bit more. So hopefully in the future, maybe I can figure something out. This was the 5.56-223 testing. The company that I'm about to get into does have 9mm, and if you guys like this, comment down below, let me know if you want to see 9mm testing. But let's get into the rounds that I tested in this video. So I had 5 rounds. 2 of them I don't have because, well, I shot them. First, I want to talk about Velocitas. Velocitas is kind of the reason this video came about. I've been interested in 5.56-223 home defense ammo because it's everywhere. There's so many different forums or videos or something that's telling you this round's better than this round, or use this, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of stuff out there and you don't know which one is the right one to go with. So Velocitas is actually a local company to me. This is their VX223. They let me have some of their ammo, also the ballistics gel, so thank you to Velocitas. Like I said, they do make 9mm too, and I would like to test that against a couple other competitors. Really, I wanted to throw in Hornady Critical Defense because I feel like they are some of the more popular ones that I've seen a lot of, but unfortunately, I say that, and I went and called all the stores around Amarillo, and I could not find one company that had Hornady Critical Defense in stock. M855, because this is fairly cheap. Federal Tactical Soft Points, also Spear Gold Dot, and then I found Blackjack Precision at Bomb City Armory. This one was pretty interesting because of the gel block that they had in store so you could look at it. I believe this Mark 373 is using a Hornady ELD bullet. Now, between this and Velocitas and also the Federal and Spear, I believe Federal and Spear has gone through FBI testing, local police testing, and all that. To my knowledge, Blackjack does not have FBI testing or anything like that, at least from what I've seen. Quick little interruption here. Was actually doing some research while I'm editing the video and found out Blackjack Precision is also local to me as well as Velocitas. So I thought it was kind of cool that I have 2 local companies to me in this. Did talk to them a little bit. They don't have official testing. They've done their own testing, obviously, with like ballistics gel and all that other fun stuff. But yeah, thought that was kind of cool. So back to the video. The other round that I don't have in front of me is the Mark 255. Mark 255 is more of a government round. It is not easily accessible to the general public. And just like M855, they came out with the A1. You can find A1 if you look hard enough. Just like Mark 255, if you look hard enough, you can find it. Now, this video was kind of inspired by American Outlaw's video that he did with the Noveski chainsaw, I believe, and he was testing a couple other rounds. So now let's go over to the range footage and show you guys the chrono and ballistics gel testing of these rounds. All right, let's test the velocity of each one coming out of this 10.5. First up is green tips. $25, $25.74, $25.77. So your velocity is going to change drastically when you're going to something like an 11.5 for home defense. Most of your box ammo is going to show you velocity coming out of 16, 18 to 20 inch barrels. Take this Blackjack Precision here. They have a 24, a 20, a 16, and a 13.9, and you're getting roughly 27.5 all the way up to 30.62 on your velocities. So it's going to vary greatly. When you're going to an SBR/pistol, your velocity is going to drop drastically, like I said. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, especially for something that's more of a close range or home defense when you're dealing with overpenetration. A lot of people are going to get stuck in the weeds of, oh, I'm losing so much velocity, but you don't necessarily want that. You want that round to slow down as much as possible when it hits soft tissue or clothing or something like that, so it doesn't go through a wall. Going through walls is bad. So we have 2 blocks set up here. And then I have just a random piece of drywall that I had laying around, mostly to be like a wall. So if anything overpenetrates here, at least we'll somehow get some kind of representation. Got the iPhone over there sitting on 240 frames a second because, well, I'm on a budget. So that's pretty much all I got. All right, first we're gonna go with the Spear Gold Dot. I'm at about 12 yards. Most of your self-defense situations are going to be about 7 to 15, so I'm going to kind of get in the middle-ish. Oh, okay. Did we go through the bottom of the table? Oh, wow! We caught it. It came through the bottom. Whew, that's warm. And it mushroomed out. Oh my God, focus. Okay, as you can see, decent penetration there. Not a giant wound channel, probably about 1.5 inches at its biggest point. It kind of came down and then just barely scraped the table and then just kind of scooted across the bottom, and we actually caught the bullet here. Did a little mushroom there. Kind of cool looking. Let's set these back up and let's do the tactical soft point. Oh! I didn't even notice that. I broke it in my table. Right underneath it. It just blew out the bottom of my table here. Love that. There is our wound channel on that other side there. Came all the way through to the back of our block and did the same similar thing. Came down and just kind of scraped out the bottom here, and we caught that one as well. That thing is hot, hot, hot. Was similar to the Gold Dot here in the whole mushrooming. Nothing over penetrated. Did I break my table again? No, surprisingly I did not. Okay, so let's set up. Let's do green tip now. Oh wow, we caught the bullet. Oh, that turned. That's crazy. Okay, first of all, definitely a bigger wound channel here. These two though, the two Federals, are a lot fatter and more uniform. This one seems flat, almost like that's kind of like an arrowhead shape there. 16-inch gel blocks, so went all the way through about 2 inches into the next one. So, I mean, that's what, 18 inches. Velocitas VX223. Okay, it did go all the way through. Definitely tumbled there. You can see, kind of keyholed a little bit. And then right here is a piece of something. Some kind of jacket there. I don't know what that came from, more than likely this one, but not the best on clarity for this block here. You can kind of see, got a little bit of a helix going here, and then it looks like it just kind of penetrated through and then keyholed there. So I believe it came out the bottom, hit my table, and then came out right here. Well then, let's try that Blackjack Precision. We caught the Blackjack see if these are 16-inch blocks, about 2 inches before, so about 14 inches, but let me see if I can get this here. You can kind of see, maybe you can see a couple little spots where there's some copper in there, and then we caught the bullet right there. So that bullet deformed a lot, but did not go through 16 inches here. So that's kind of crazy.
Everything's rolling?
Yep.
Look,
oh yeah,
jacket right here, starting early. And then more jacket, and then I think that's it right there, right?
no, that one's the blackjack.
More jacket.
I think it's right there. There's jacket right there.
So it only made it about 8,
16.
say call it, this is 16, call it 20 inches.
Yeah.
There's even,
Yeah, because there's your exit.
there's even some inside here.
Okay, so maybe it does perform better having an 11.5.
That's impressive.
That right there's penetration. Stopped up in there. Damn. Oh. Yeah, that can't feel good.
Yeah, that's fucking
That
badass.
just exploded. Let's go over what I was using in the video. This is my 10.5 that I put together. I have an AB A10 5.56 up top with a cherry bomb underneath, a 10.5 inch ballistic advantage barrel, True North hand stop, an ARMS 58 MCV rail, mod light with an Arasaka body, Surefire tail switch, an Overbore Keanu XL, I believe, riser, EXPS 3-0, OGL, and a PSA Blem upper. I have my Sons of Liberty complete Soul Snatcher lower with an A5 buffer, American trigger as always, one of my favorite grips, Die Frico. And then on the inside I have a Fail Zero Chrome BCG and a Radian SD. If you would like to see a full breakdown of this gun, let me know down in the comments and I will put one together. Now, one thing I would like to say about Velocitas. Velocitas, to my knowledge, was made specifically for 11.5 to 13.5, that rifle range. You will see in the video I kind of had a little bit of a problem with shooting it through my 10.5. I believe the velocity that you need for that bullet to open up, my 10.5 just wasn't doing it. Velocitas, like I said, is local to Amarillo. I have seen how this bullet is made. It is a solid copper bullet, but the Velocitas round is pretty nasty in its own. So here are my closing thoughts on this whole experiment. Federal and Speer, I would say, are very trusted. They have been used by law enforcement. They've been used by SWAT teams, all that different stuff, FBI, and what have you. Those two are not bad to go with. Blackjack did very well. Green Tip did surprisingly well. Now it did over-penetrate, but it did not go through 2 blocks, which would be about 32 inches of gel. Velocitas, I would say, was a little bit more consistent with the wound channel. Now, I have the bullet, and it also broke off 2 of the petals. One of these petals is still on, and this thing is sharp, so it's slicing some stuff on the inside. And those 2 petals are obviously going to be shrapnel, whether they're stuck in the subject or they come out. Now, the 2.55, that round's nasty. I believe that is a polymer copper blend. If I'm wrong, I'll put it on the screen. That thing basically turned into dust. That's basically just shrapnel that's gonna be stuck inside of something. So that thing is disgusting and kind of terrifying. I don't know what it would do if anybody's wearing armor or anything like that, but that 2.55 did pretty good. Now, I do want to thank you for clicking on the video. If you've stayed this long, might as well subscribe. Again, do your own research as much as possible on self-defense rounds if you're going to be using a rifle as your home defense or truck gun. Personally, I would say the safe bet that I've always been told is call your local sheriffs, call your local PD, see what they're using in both 9mm and their patrol rifles, and that's usually a safe bet to go with. Now, if you want to go with something else, again, do your own research and find out what works best for you, not only through your rifle, but financially and what you can afford to buy. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully I can do the 9mm testing in the future. But I will see you in the next video.